Welcome this afternoon to this webinar, Heat Treat Tomorrow. I'm your host, Doug Glenn, publisher of Heat Treat Today. And this webinar is being presented by our friends at Eurotherm, a forward-looking company and a leader in the global heat treat market with experience in machine automation, data management, industrial Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, power control, and innovative solutions for pretty near any heat treating application you can find. All right, let's move on to one other. This is from Chico. I'm going to read this hopefully well and verbatim. We'll see. You can see I'm extending my arm here. As a result of the polar vortex event last February, our country saw how fragile the U.S. power grid can be. Consequently, one must believe a delay in the reduction of gas-powered vehicles in favor of EVs. As one of many heat treaters where internal combustion vehicles provide a large portion of volume, what do you believe is a realistic time frame for the realistic drop-off of gas-powered vehicles? Peter, fire away.
So, great question, and I thought this might come up. So I think we're going to have this transition period over this next decade where you'll get certainly a move to some EVs, a fair few hybrids, and hybrids still offer a fair volume of heat-treated components. So I think with that and the onshoring that was discussed at the start, we'll still see this kind of gradual rise in volumes through this decade. So I agree with the MTI reports when they've done economic surveys on this. But we have to consider it after 2030. And so that has to be looked at sort of during this decade.
Okay, Janus, why don't you go, please?
Well, I just like to add complication because the Japanese and the Korean betting on hydrogen, and if you look in an Airbus in hydrogen, so you never know on the end in 10, 20, or 50 years which technology will exactly win, electric or hydrogen. So keep in mind that there is another technology which competes with combustion agents.
Right. Dan, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the biggest thing that is required here is infrastructure to support whatever fuel, if you will, is being used. If the infrastructure isn't there, the vehicles aren't there. I saw an interesting statistic today. In 2020, there were 2 million electric vehicles produced. In 2030, the estimate is 20 million electric vehicles produced. But that number is going to be very dependent, going up or going down, on the infrastructure that's available to support it.
Yeah, Peter, go ahead.
And just on that point on infrastructure, that then also gives potential for heat-treated components. So that's why that supports this gradual growth through this next decade.
Yeah, good.